Hello, welcome back to the channel. Not in my usual surroundings today. We've got a lot of construction work going on back at my house, so I thought I would take you for a nice summer stroll here in the English countryside. Looking ahead to tomorrow night against Norwich, I've got a few thoughts and feelings I really wanted to convey to you today, and there was a few comments underneath my Charlton reaction suggesting I was potentially a bit too positive in my sentiments after that game, and I absolutely see where you're coming from there. Maybe I was too positive, but I think for me, especially after the first game of the season with a load of new players and a new manager in a new league, I think patience is really what we need to exercise here. Caution as well, I believe, because this is a team, don't get me wrong, with a lot of talent, a lot of potential, and it might take some time for that to realise into results on the pitch. It wouldn't surprise me necessarily if Watford lost our first 4 championship games, for example, but even if that does happen, I think patience needs to be exercised in this situation. The game against Norwich tomorrow night, whilst I'm not attending myself, is a big opportunity for the squad players to be used, and talking about the likes of Baxter, Max Aline, who's just signed from Manchester City, Tom Delly, Edu Kayembe, Vivaldo, Semedo, Doumbia to get more minutes potentially as well. It's a game for me where we need to use these squad players, see what they're about, and see if they're up to the quality and standard of featuring in that Watford first team. Equally, on the other hand, Paulo could go, actually, I want to give the players that played against Charlton another go and bed them in even further. So it wouldn't necessarily surprise me if he did that as well. Ousmane Mamar, again, someone who could feature tomorrow. So I think for me, what I'm excited about against Norwich isn't necessarily the result, and I'm sure fans will go overboard once again if we lose. What I want to see is the system and tactics developed further, because we saw glimpses of that against Charlton. And as I just mentioned, also some of these new players coming back into the fold and seeing what they can offer in this Watford first team. What concerned me the most about the start of the season wasn't the result against Charlton. It was more so the injury issues we have at the moment. Matty Pollock being out for a month, Georgie Shakvatatse, that's an unknown situation currently. The club being quite vague in their communications around him. Pierre Duomo out for a month as well. Rocco Vata out with a hamstring injury. So in terms of the injury front, it's not looking particularly great as things stand, and I think the final weeks in the transfer window will be key for Watford. The Watford Observer reporting we're in for another midfielder in that ilk of a number 6, a more defensive-minded player. We're allegedly going after another centre-back after we brought in Max Aline from Manchester City. So lots of work still to be done. What I just want to reiterate once again before I go is that patience should be exercised. And if we do lose against Norwich, as long as they're positives to take, let's take them positives. Because to be honest, do we really need a cup run this season? I personally don't think so. Of course, it would be nice, but our priority should be very much on the championship and trying to achieve the playoff positions, as Gino and the club have outlined from the get-go this season. So let me know your thoughts on the Norwich game in the comments section down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'm coming you here from new surroundings in the English countryside. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.